Tim Kjellesvik and I were invited by the owners of Devil's Backbone Outfitters to hunt and film a big buck. We were there hunting fall gobblers and catching big rainbow trout, but we couldn't wait to get back and get started on the bow hunt.
It's day one of our hunt, and before we're heading out to the woods, we're going to do a little shooting out in the back 40 here. And it's not so much to get dialed in, but I just find that shooting before a hunt makes me so much more confident, and confidence is so much a part of bow hunting. So let's do a little shoot. Yep. So when the arrow goes through that old target, I know I've hit the sweet spot, because that's where I hit over and over and over again.
We didn't waste any time getting out with owner Joe Hollingshead to do some scouting and hang some stands. Tim Kjellesvik, the Thinking Woodsman, was eager to get started.
Down here with Devil's Backbone Wilderness Outfitters. This is our first night in the stand. We went around, we looked at some different trail cam pics. We decided we're going to stick with the ridge tonight. There's probably 3 scrapes in sequence leading along this ridge. So we're going to see if that buck's coming through tonight to check them. If not, we'll be back in the morning. It's 2:45. It's November 3, and we're excited to see some bucks down here at Devil's Backbone Wilderness Outfitters.
The woods were pretty quiet, but we were confident that we'd see deer because sign was everywhere. It didn't take long for us to spot deer movement.
We've got about 45 minutes left of daylight. We've seen about 4 or 5 does so far. No bucks, some turkeys. So it's not like we're sitting here not seeing anything. But it's still very quiet. But this is the magic hour. This is the time when things start moving. So we're going to get out until very last light and see what happens.
Tim rattled and grunted, but darkness soon caught up with us. We were back on our stands well before daylight the next morning. Once again, it didn't take long at all for the action to start.
Okay, it's 7:20, and we just had a 4-pointer walk in on us. It rained a little bit yesterday in the morning, so the leaves are still a little bit soft. But this guy just came, it was probably 50 or 60 yards out by the time I finally saw him. But that's a great sign. That means a deer on their feet. So we're going to keep at it. It's been a great morning so far, and we're just getting started.
Tim's grunting woke up the turkeys and the raccoons. Tim was thinking, and the woods were alive with animal activity. When Tim started ranging, I knew something was up. It turned out to be a false alarm, so I went back to woods watching.
Sometimes you look at a spot and try to will a deer into existence. We've been doing that all morning, and we've seen lots of does. We've seen turkey, raccoons, squirrels. No big bucks. Saw a 4-pointer. That was fun, right off the bat. It's getting close to 12:30, and Bill and I's stomachs are arguing with each other over who can grumble the loudest. So we're gonna back out, get some lunch, figure out a game plan for this afternoon/evening and get back at it.
We packed out for a little lunch, but it wasn't long, and we were at it again.
This is our second night in the stand. We were out last night, didn't see anything. It's a little different of a setup. It's a really scrubby funnel point. So scrubby that there's no trees big enough for Bill and I to both get up in. So Bill's over there, I'm over here, and we're thinking that these deer are going to come through somewhere in this, about a 80-yard stretch here. The trick is going to be to get a shot through the scrubby oaks and stuff in here. So we'll see if we can make it happen.
The Thinking Woodsman is death on detail, and Tim picked this bottleneck in the woods for the afternoon sit. Tim's heard something, and he's on full alert. A big doe is eased in and eventually crosses an opening 30 yards in front of Tim's stand. A second doe crosses the opening, and before we know it, a spike buck follows up. We'll be back in 5 years to hunt him. Everything goes quiet except for the ever-present squirrels. I think Tim's trying to will another deer into existence. Well, it worked. A doe came right under my stand and became a thorn in our side as she hung around for the next 20 minutes. Tim and I fully expected to get busted at any second by this nosy doe. We soon discovered that that doe was doing us a favor. A shooter buck was on her scent trail. A drama was starting to unfold that every bow hunter dreams about. A monster buck was slowly and cautiously making its way down the hillside. I silently wondered if Tim's heart rate had increased as much as mine. It's moments like this when many bow hunters make or break their hunt. Tim was tempted to call on his grunt tube, but he wisely kept quiet and let the does do their magic on this rut-crazed buck. After what seemed like an eternity, the majestic buck continued his stroll down the hillside, following the does. It's showtime as the big buck closes in the last few yards. I cut an eye towards Tim, and he's rock steady.
Backbone Wilderness Outfitters. I just smoked a giant whitetail. I don't know how many points he was. I couldn't look at his antlers because it was freaking out. My heart is about to rip out of my chest. We just heard him crash. What do you say? I mean, what do you say? That's a trophy buck in the Ozarks. They're not supposed to be trophy bucks in the Ozarks. They're here, and they're Devil's Backbone Wilderness Outfitters. That's a huge buck. We smoked them. That buck. Holy cow. That's a big buck. Yes. And the scenery, the cabin, the sounds, the monster bucks, the does, the turkeys. The Ozarks has it. Oh man. This is my new home. I'm never leaving. Joe and Chance, I'm moving in, guys. Sorry. Probably 2 hours later, after I made the shot, we made sure to give the deer lots of time. Joe and Chance came out. They're going to help us with the recovery. It looked like a really good hit. We reviewed the video that Bill took. It looks solid. At least 3/4 of the arrow is in the deer. And I think I heard him crash. So we're going to go down. We're going to check it out. We think he's in the cedars, but we wanted to give him ample time. This is a really, really nice deer. There's no sense in rushing it. So let's go check it out. No. Uh-oh. Come on. Chance, you better not be pulling my leg. Oh no! Oh no! My goodness. Look at that buck. Ah! Look at that. Look at that guy. Look at all this gnarl here. Wow. Guys, thank you so much. Joe and Chance.
Sam, congratulations.
Golly.
Congratulations.
Man, thank you
nice
guys so
buck.
much. Devil's Backbone Wilderness Outfitters. We've been hunting for a day and a half. That's it. Joe set us up on this little platform up here, kind of in a transition between oak and some cedars. And this guy came through, pushed a bunch of does down towards us, and he got to within 15 yards of my stand. And I thought he was going to bolt at any moment because these does were moving along. The does knew that something was up. They knew that we were there. They knew something was wrong. They were stamping. One of them blew. He still didn't roll out. He kind of hung around. But he would not give me a broadside shot. He was coming towards me, but he finally turned a little bit, and I was able to stick him right here in the shoulder down to the lungs. That dirt nap gear broadhead, he ran maybe 50 yards, and we heard him crash back here, but we backed out, gave him plenty of time. What a roller coaster, but what a prize at the end. Golly. If you think Ozark bucks are scrawny, tiny little runts running around, you don't know what great management does to deer like this.
And the guys at Devil's Backbone Wilderness Outfitters know how to do it right. Guys, thanks so much again. I can't tell you how much I appreciate
Glad
it.
having you. Nice deer.
So Bill asked me if there's anything I'm thinking right now, and the Thinking Woodsman is thoughtless because of this monster. Look at this. This is a massive Ozark buck. Just so thankful. I can't thank Joe and Chance enough at Devil's Backbone Wilderness Outfitters. We were here just a few weeks ago, killed a fall gobbler, had a great time doing that. They invited us back to do some bow hunting, and after just a day and a half of hunting, we get on this beast. And I arrowed him at 15 yards. He ran maybe 45, 50 yards, crashed, and the rest is history. But, man, bow hunting in the Ozarks, there's just nothing like it. This beautiful chocolatey base, all this character here. I want to be me right now. I just cannot believe that I was able to take a buck like this. Bill Cooper, thanks so much for running the camera. Joe and Chance, again, thanks for the invite down. And Ray I was the guy that invited me to come down for the media hunt that introduced me to all these people in the first place. So thanks, Ray, for that. And absolutely thank you to Jesus Christ for blessing us with this opportunity to be able to enjoy God's creation. Just an incredible, incredible hunt. So here it is. Bow hunting in the Ozarks at its finest. Hey everyone, I'm Tim Kjellesvik with the Thinking Woodsman podcast, here with my buddy Chance Hollingshad with Devil's Backbone Outfitters. We just put the hurt on this massive Ozark buck. Just beautiful, beautiful chocolatey antlers. Got kickers all over the place. Just an awesome bow hunt. It was a day and a half in the field, and we took this guy. Chance, if folks want to come down and have an experience like this, how would they do that?
If you want to come down, get a hold of us on our website. It's www.dbwo.net. Email us, call us on our phone. We'd love to have you guys down and hook you up with one of these guys, or we even offer spring and fall turkey hunts as well. Tim can vouch for that. We'll definitely hook you up the best we can.
Yeah, absolutely. We killed a great fall gobbler just a couple weeks ago. They invited me back. This happened. So don't too many people come and book hunts, because I want to be able to come back and do this again, okay?
We'll leave a spot open for you.
Thank you. What you're looking at is the combination, the culmination of the collaboration between Outside Again Adventures of Bill Cooper and the Thinking Woodsman with Tim Kjellesvik. Look what happens when we get together, man.
Oh man, it don't get any better than this. I think we made a pretty decent team.
I think we just need to stop.
Well, no, we're gonna name this thing. We'll call it the old and the young.
Right.
You about worked me to death the last day and a half.
Yeah, but we, great teamwork. Bill was manning the camera yesterday, this morning, and this afternoon into tonight. Got great footage of this deer being shot. This kind of stuff doesn't happen on its own. Devil's Backbone Outfitters set us up, let us in here, kind of told us where to go, and we just had to turn the camera on and point the arrow at the deer.
Hey, it's a thing of beauty when something like this comes together. All of you have been bow hunting any time at all. You know how it's difficult to get everything to work out. And when you see the footage of this, you're going to be envious. Good job, Tim.
Thank you. I'm envious, and I was there.
It was time for the hard work to begin and to take some more hero shots. The work was done, the mission was accomplished, and friendships and memories were made that will last for a lifetime.
Right here. This is where that deer stood for what seemed like an eternity before he finally turned a little bit to the right and gave me enough shoulder to stick a dirt nap gear broadhead through him. What a moment. I will never forget that for the rest of my life. And the fact that we've got it on film is even better. It's bittersweet having to leave here knowing that this happened. The great thing is I know I'll be back. And we'll have more adventures. If you have been following this bow kill on Facebook or Instagram or anything like that, know that you can also catch the full video when it goes live on aboutdoorstv.com. That's Outside Again Adventures. That's Bill Cooper's website. You can follow the story, the pictures, all the video, all that good stuff. It'll be on the Devil's Backbone Outfitters website, dbwo.net, and also the thinkingwoodsman.com and all my social media. So there's no shortage of media that's going to be generated from this bow kill. Thank you so much for being a part of it and supporting it and encouraging and being interested. It means a lot, and we're happy to share it with you.